So we're going to just sort of do this on the fly while we get the PowerPoint ready. My name is Vincent, and this is John. And we were mentored under Manuel's our team to create an educational augmented reality and virtual reality game. So primarily we were focused on the technical aspects of the endeavor. It was very challenging to network these devices together because you'll see as we show you the experience. It's not like any of the consumer reality experiences out there right now because no one has really gone to the trouble of linking all this stuff together.
Here's a description. Basically, it's like a multiplayer educational game meant for 2 players, but it could work with more really easily. So one player walks around like inside of the cell basically, and can like explore the organelles and whatnot, and learn about each part. And while the other player kind of watches them from above, and they have the cells on images, and they can kind of move around in 3D world space. And that's like the augmented reality. And so it's kind of like exploring both sides of virtual reality and augmented reality. Just both players can like help each other out. And so it was really definitely a challenge, like Vincent said, to get everything working together, because in the yellow here is all our different technology that get all to cooperate nicely. So that took a lot of that was the main hurdle there. So the game was more like just kind of an example of what you could do with the technologies. We're using GearVR headsets for the Android phone, that's like virtual reality. And then where they're communicating over Wi-Fi with each other and with the computer, which runs the main server. And then one of the players is using an image tracking target so that the cells will be displayed in their world. And then they're also using a hand tracking so you can see your hands in the game. And both games are made in a Unity game engine. And so that was the main thing, which is learning about how to work with all these together. And we also learned a lot about how to manage time and delegating work to whoever was more experienced in that area. For example, I did a good portion of networking since I had courses on that. Game programming courses in networking, and Vincent did a lot of the
sort of
virtual reality stuff because he was more familiar with that.
Yeah, I was really I've always been really excited about virtual reality ever since the Oculus Rift came out, and I'm really excited about the potential it has for not only entertainment but for educating. It's an entirely new, medium, entirely new art form, and I just really wanted to explore it.
All right, so now we're going to try and get it set up here so you guys can watch. Might take a moment, just a moment. Anyways, here's so this is what we thought about it. All our code's open source too if you're interested in looking it up. And thank you, of course, to UROP and also to Magda for being our mentor. So I'm going to try and do this here. This might take a minute or two. But are there any questions, I guess, before? What you guys haven't seen this yet?
So you're powering both those headsets together?
Yeah.
Okay.
Their phones are communicating with the computers with the server, and Yeah, it's also a big problem because the hand tracking device, that can't work on the phone, so it had to be plugged in the computer, and the computer tells the phone where to draw the hands and back and forth, so that was another step, another level down in networking.
There's no native support for its device on Android.
I have a question here.
Yes.
Is there any particular reason why you chose to use internet networking instead of a front-page communication like Bluetooth?
Like we don't have any internet cutouts using this. It's still it's just over local network. We're just using an ad hoc network.
So what are we going to see on this screen when you guys play on those?
You're gonna see one of our screens.
Yeah, we're going to
Stream. Yeah, that's another part of it, streaming the gameplay from the
There's
phone to the computer.
so many places where this can fit.
I don't know if you just, I don't know, take them off, guys.
Yeah, or, I mean, people can try it out themselves too, if they want,
Yeah.
that would be like the best way, but, we have to work with this thing. And we brought our own router too, because the internet here is not very good.
What's the name of the network?
Yeah. Yeah, like here's an example, these are like how the tracking targets look. And so, one player, they'll see like actual, they'll be looking through the headset and the phone's camera will be on and like displaying the actual, like what the camera would see in a normal world. But then there's like a 3D model hovering over this, and another person standing on it, so you can like look around it.
Yes. Okay. Yes. All right.
Yeah.
Augmented reality card. Okay. I'll do the virtual reality part. I'll do the augmented reality part, and then we'll swap out if we have time, so we can see the other augmented reality portion of our app.
Yeah, so you're seeing two pictures, that's just for each of his eyes, but you basically just look at one of them, there's like, there's no discernible difference.
Okay, so where I am is our representation of a mitochondria. And you can actually, there it is. There we go. And it gives you a description of the mitochondria. And oh, do we have a mixer?
So you guys both are going to be in the same powder on your days?
Yeah, well, I'm gonna be like a giant floating head, kind of. It's hard to explain, you'll see in a sec, yeah. You usually start.
No, I think it'll work. Oh, but you take that out, so is it still on?
I see this.
Yeah. Just put it on.
I see.
Alright, so yeah,
Oh, okay. Yeah, try to, can you see the, target?
oh, I see it,
There you go. Now, that's actually where John's head is going relative to me.
It's my hands, look. Hello. Hi there. My hands moving.
Whoa.
Yeah, see, so I can like zoom in and look at him,
Yeah.
and then I can rotate around the world. so I can get.
This is basically a cheap way to get positional tracking, but it's only when he's looking at the image target.
Yeah.
You can see my giant head floating around in space.
So that's like, this is like a little biocontour down here for me. So we can switch in a second and show you guys how it looks. But yeah. Yeah, so,
Let's do that.
yeah, we'll just switch. This is a image porch.
Here's the new ways that we didn't quite finish.
Yeah, it was challenging for us because neither of us are artists really, so we had to kind of make our own art. So it took a while to learn how to 3D model, and some of it we did procedurally too, so we didn't actually have to model it, but we kind of just did it like a programmatically way.
What's the device that you're connecting to your phone?
That's the hand tracker on the hands.
It's called the loop.
So yeah, I don't know if you guys can see the hands. You'll definitely get a better look at here when you're seeing the screen and how the hands move.
It's,
Yeah, that's the lead motion controller. You're trying to get it working. That's what we were planning to do. We didn't like ran out of time kind of was to have the other player kind of like pick up the player on the ground and move between cells so you can explore other cells.
Yeah, I got pretty close. I managed to get artificial gravity.
Oh yeah, see those are the hands.
If I can get it lined up right, then they're actually pretty more.
And so use image charts here. Go ahead. Oh yeah, you'll see me pop up there in a second.
There you go. Oh no. Where's mine?
You can see me, I'm the little small guy down there moving around. Like, hi, run away. Yeah, so it creates like really interesting like dynamic where like one player can see a lot closer, but the other player can kind of see the whole map. So like some of the things about expanding on is having like multiple cells, like I said, and like say like, oh, we should go that way, you know. So it's really a fun two-player game. And the player on the ground can like tell the other player about like what he's learning about each cell or whatever kind of game that it makes.
Yeah, so that's pretty much all the technology. That's the whole round.
Hey, is there any more questions or? Yeah.
How does the detection work? How does this know or prevent the mitochondria?
That is using an open API called Euphoria. It is a plugin for Unity, and yeah, it'd be awesome if we came up with our own computer vision algorithms, but
Yeah, magic.
it's magic.
But yeah, you have to provide a sufficiently like image with like high contrast, you know, so you get a good like fix, and then you like just like train it on it basically, and so we'll recognize that in your game.
Yeah, I actually
We're off the screen.
oh,
Capable.
Oh,
You need to come here.
Okay, cool. So yeah, I actually modeled this final country model exactly to the photo, so it all matches up. Anyway, are there any questions?
how do you move like in concrete? Because it's not like the player moving, but not.
Oh yeah, this it has a like a touchpad on the side of these things. So to move, we just did it. You just hold down and move forward where you're looking. And then you can just, whenever you turn, that's the way you'll start moving. It kind of has that rotation.
Yeah, this is all stuff that's going to be like really big in a few years. Right now, it's extremely neat to sell. But yeah, like these experiences are going to be very commonplace.
There's some really cool asymmetric games with those.
Yeah.
Just your setup alone.
Yeah. All right. Thank you everyone for your time.
Thank you very much. All right, last group.